Hello guys and gals, me Alex, and welcome back to another discussion time, ladies and gentlemen. The part of this one is gonna get me a little all riled up. Reason being because, well, quite honestly, this is something I quite hate, but also hate so much to the point where I actually enjoy making fun of it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as you can probably tell by the title, today's topic is gonna be all about ads. Now, let's get something out of the way. I'm going to go tell you the pros and the cons about it, but for now I want to get the cons out of the way because I can go for days and days on it, but I kind of want to get the more the that one I don't want to call it scummy side of it, but you can tell the secret, the way they get away with certain things. So let's get it started off with the fact that let's go on with YouTube. Now, we all know the adpocalypse is practically a how do I put it? Just a shit show of ads that essentially just keep stacking and stacking and stacking. There's more to it. I am not going to go too much into detail about it, but you get the point. But what's quite interesting, I've noticed a lot lately that ads are doubling up on ads per videos. Now, I don't want to sit here and say, first of all, let me get this out of the way. For those that have ad blocker or any kind of ad blocking add-on, please, for the love of God, support your content creator, the content creators that you love watching, so on and so forth. Support them. Turn your ad blockers off for them. It helps them, and the best gift you could possibly give a content creator is, not ads, more ad revenue. Actually, that does help, but the point is, sharing their content and so on and so forth is usually the best gift you can give them. But in reality, don't turn your ad blockers off for them. But with that out of the way, I gotta say, with ads stacking up and purposely, pumping ads out to individuals that, I get the whole point of ads that they're supposed to, generate money for content creators and even the website itself and for promotion. And that's understandable. It all works hand in hand. But the problem is, what I find with ads is the fact that they're forcefully putting ads in front of your face. Some ads that you're not able to skip, they're forcing you to watch them. Now, for whatever the reason may be, maybe that ad decided to pay a little extra and says, hey, you can't skip this ad, which is kind of scummish in a way because, for instance, you look at like some insurance companies, usually I get a whole lot more of them. And even when you tell, you're giving the feedback like, hey, I don't want to see this ad anymore. I want to see something different. And the whole point of, ads nowadays is that they're trying to push a more advertisement friendly use for individuals that want, like, say, for instance, I only want to see video games, and they start showing me insurance shit for cars or to get a lawyer or something. That's not anything I fucking care to see about, but yet they'll still push that out in front of me, even though I've precisely told them not to, show me those ads. I want to see less of them, but they'll still pump it out. Now, I understand, it's not a person going through all of this or gathering all this data. That's a whole different subject on its own, but it's running it through a bot system, a filtration, if you would. And essentially, it gathers all this information off what you watch, what you do, and it will try and advertise something in that sort of category that will appeal to you. And that's the whole point of advertisement, is to appeal to your interest, not shoving fucking advertisements about insurance. Maybe you should shop at this store, or hey, maybe you should buy a car from this site. I'm big into cars and shit like that, but for fuck's sake, when I give you a thumbs down, like that fucking does anything, or the fact that even when I explicitly say, hey, I don't want to see this ad anymore because it's irrelevant, or hey, surprise, surprise, maybe it's so fucking repetitive, maybe the fact that you could lessen the showing of that ad, but no. They don't give a shit. They want to make sure they ram it down your fucking throat. And who cares if you like it or not? Guess what? You're still paying your content creator, which, again, it helps hand in hand. But when you have advertisements that are constantly, and I mean constantly, shoving their product down your throat, forcing you to sit there and watch their advertisements, even you have no fucking interest. And I understand. I've developed patience over the years with advertisements to the point where I just don't give a shit about them anymore. They can just blabber all they want, and I will not care. I will wait for that skip button, and I will smash it so fucking hard that nobody in their goddamn lifetime could even catch up to me on that. I'm getting really riled up here, ladies and gentlemen, and for the right reasons, because advertisements, like I said, they're supposed to be a user-friendly experience, and I get that. They've got a long way to go, and we're talking about bots here, for instance. They're not going to be 100% accurate. They're gonna have flaws. Look at how the trending page works on YouTube. Look at how pretty much Facebook bots work when they gather information. Look at the sex bots that come out there, which we might be talking about pretty soon about coming up on a Scam Sunday or so. You stay tuned for that, ladies and gentlemen. But moral of the whole point is, advertisements are going to constantly be promoted in such a fashion, and they've got to do something different about this, because like I keep saying, forcing an advertisement that genuinely you have no interest is not only kind of turns you off from the product, but it also gives the company a bad name. And I don't want to sit here and belittle any advertisers, because I understand you gotta put money in to make money, and that's just how all things work in business in general. If you want to make more money, you got to put a lot of money into it, and maybe there might be a good outcome at the end of the day. But when you have something, for instance, like I'm seeing more insurance companies, more and more, especially fucking State Farm of all things. God, listen, man, I get you got khakis, but for fuck's sake, I don't give a shit about you making a fucking song out of it and forcing me to sit there and watching how some chick is just singing a country song about making a goddamn, you should switch over to Nationwide is on your fucking side, or State Farm, whatever the fuck it is. Listen. It's not just them, it's advertisers in general. And I get it. Like I keep saying, YouTube just puts out what is most relevant for you in general. But I feel like the more you click on, the dislike or something in the sort of fashion of, skipping the ad, it doesn't really do anything. If anything, it actually triggers the system being like, hey, they're pretty active when it comes to this advertisement. Let's show it more. And I don't think they've gotten it down to the point where, hey, if I say I don't fucking like it, guess what? Doesn't mean I fucking love it. No, it means I dislike it. And I don't want to see any more of it, much less I'd like to see maybe even if none of it at all. And a lot of these Chinese mobile games are making its way over there, which is pretty much just a soundboard of somebody butt fucking each other. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna tear this asshole apart. Yeah, that's pretty much most of those soundboard advertisements come from anyways. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, this was more of a rant than anything, and quite honestly, I feel like this is something that a lot of people deal with in general, but who knows, maybe I could be the only one and I'm just bitching about it. But ladies and gentlemen, gonna end it off here with my rant out of the way. What kind of advertisements do you guys like? Do you even like advertisements? Do you try to stay away from them? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm genuinely curious to see what this community or anybody's general thought is when it comes to advertisements. And I understand, advertisements can be fun. They're jokingly. There's some good advertisements out there that grab your attention, and I will be honest, they're doing what they can do best, but again, just forcing ads down people's throats. And I'm more primarily kind of going at YouTube about this, but this goes for any website in general. I'm not a fan of people, collecting my data or my information, but sure as hell, you live in a day and age where your information's already out there. It's just looking for it and all and so forth. But I'm a very anonymous person. I like to stay, in the shadows as much as I can when it comes to my information and so on and so forth. But like I said, ladies and gentlemen, let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. I'm going to end it off here, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Take care, ladies and gentlemen.